Hi there, it's Bob MacEachern on Main Street in Antigonish. It's a busy spot here tonight, but on Friday night, part of this street will be closed for Antigonight. It goes September 27th to 28th, Friday and Saturday. Friday on Main Street here, and a lot of interesting things going on. Elinor Whidden is one of the artists who will be here. There'll be lots of artists, from visual to musical, some food as well, of course. But Elinor Whidden is one of them, and she's working on a very unique project. Let's go inside to find out what it's all about. Antigonight.
Yeah, well, I'm doing something that I'm just calling the Bennett buggy, and I'm not sure how many people actually know what a Bennett buggy is, but during the Depression in the 1930s, it was a very sort of iconic image from that time where, because of the economy, and then the government also brought in this gas tax, a lot of people couldn't afford to put gas in their car. And so you would see these images of these people with these old Model T Fords hooked up to their horses or their oxen. And you would see these sort of automobiles being dragged across, generally the prairies. It was happening a lot, as these sort of automotive horse and carriage kind of buggies. And so in Canada they were called the Bennett buggy because the Prime Minister was Bennett, and in the States it was the Hoover buggy because it was President Hoover. So so we're going to do one of those for this weekend in Antigonish, and I've done a lot of work as an artist using the automobile as my sort of point of reference, and for me, I think that North Americans have a flawed relationship with the automobile. I think of it as an albatross, or this thing that we're sort of yoked to and we drag around with us. So sort of playing on that metaphor with this piece, and what we're going to do is Fen Martin has very kindly found me a car. We've got a Ford Focus that we're modifying and sort of cutting off parts of the roof and the front and sort of making it sort of look a little bit like an older car, and getting a harness attached to the front. And we're going to be hooking up two people that will act like horses to drag this car through town on Friday night.
So now you're dragging through town. The main street's going to be blocked off to a point. Are people going to be able to actually ride in it as you're pulling it along? Is that part of it? Is it kind of interactive?
Yeah, it's an interactive piece. Basically, we're hoping that we've got a few little sort of period outfits where people can put on a little working man's cap and some other sort of little costume element, and they can ride in the Bennett buggy. So we can take passengers. We've taken the trunk off so people can jump in the back of the sedan, or they can come in the car. But we also are hoping and encouraging people to be the horses as well. And so we're going to keep it under covers until the event, but I created these two sort of horse costumes, and I've welded out of the flat sheet metal of a muffler, cut it all up and fabricated these big horse skull heads. They have ears. They're on bicycle helmets, so you put it on. You've got a little tailpipe, a little muffler tail that goes over your bum, and then these little sort of leggings that look like little horse hooves, and these harnesses. And so two people can get into one of each of these horse outfits and pull the car through town. So if you're feeling active, you can choose to be a horse, or you can choose to be a rider.